Hi everyone, it's Kelly here from Spiritual Awakening Signs, coming to you today with our card reading. And today we're going to take a look at what is blocking your inner light, because everyone has this inner light power. We've become terribly disconnected from it, but there are blocks that are in the way, and I want to help you to clear those blocks out of the way and learn how to really not only connect with that inner light and that power, but to radiate that inner light, to be a real light worker, not just a light worker that says I am a light worker and they kind of live their lives, but being a light worker that takes actionable steps to work with their energy, to connect to that inner light's power and to allow it to radiate, to change your life and to uplift the energy of others so that we become this collective shift. It's really very powerful. But let's talk about what the blocks are in the way first, okay? So what I always do is I take one card for all of us going through spiritual awakening. And that usually gives us an idea of how the energies are globally right now, what things might be affecting us collectively. And then you can choose card 1, 2 or 3 to get your own personal reading and find out what might be blocking your inner light's power right now. So let's take a look at the card for all of us. First of all, let's see. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the card that's coming up. So first of all, what I'm getting with this card is a lack of compassion. I think that there's a lot of light workers that can be a little bit too hard on themselves, and I think that's the energy that's coming through just now. I think that we have all been working very hard. I think that we're getting to a point where light workers are feeling really exhausted with the process. I definitely know that that's the feelings that are there right now, and we're just really desperate to get to that end point that we have been waiting on for such a long time, when we're going to get these shifts and changes in our lives and in the lives of others so that we can rest a little bit. We're just almost at the finish line and we're getting a little bit weary. So the thing that's showing up right now is that there is, first of all, gratitude coming through for all the things that light workers have given, that we do, that we the energy that we spend to assist and to help and to do the right thing. That's been acknowledged. But the other thing is very much an energy of making sure that we reward ourselves for the things that we do. And this is not necessarily ego. It's about the energy of balance. You know, if you give, you should also receive, and you need to make sure that if you're in the energy of giving and that you're feeling quite exhausted at the moment, that you allow yourself the time to rest. You allow yourself the nice things, allow yourself to enjoy some things, to have some time off, to feel free, and to make sure that the energy that's also coming through is to make sure that you accept any rewards that come into your life. And they can show up as opportunities. It's not always a physical item or a situation. It can show up as an opportunity. So be sure to be aware of those moments when they show up, because what the energy of this is saying is thank you. Thank you to light workers for all that you do, and make sure that you appreciate everything that you've given for yourself. Don't push it away, acknowledge that, and make sure that you balance that giving and receiving so that your energy levels are healthy. You're not getting depleted any further than you already are. Okay? So that was the card for all of us. So now I want you to choose card 1, 2 or 3. Whatever resonates most with you, go with the first thought, don't second guess it. And let's see what's blocking your inner light's power right now. Let's find out. Okay, so if you chose card number 1, this is the card that we've got for you right now. So what I'm sensing is blocking your inner light's power is that there is a lot of love within your heart. There's also big energy of awakening and activation with this card. So there's probably a lot going on in the heart space. Your heart space is probably expanding, the heart chakra. But what I also sense is that there are blocks in the way around that heart energy. There are some walls up. There are some challenges, and I sense that your heart energy is very, very vast. There's a lot of compassion in your heart, but you're holding back on some level, and maybe dampening the energy and the power that that would have. The other thing that's coming up, because I'm noticing the two younger little angels on this card, I get a sense there could be some childhood issues, there could be some childhood pains that are in the way of really being free in your heart. Maybe you've been hurt before, maybe you've been betrayed, maybe you felt disappointed and let down, abandoned. It's different for everyone, but there's something there from your younger years and your childhood that is causing you to hold back and block that inner light's power through the heart chakra. So you just want to take a little look at what some of those things might be. The other thing that's coming up in this card is that this is definitely a time for illumination. You see we've got the moon in the background there, and that can draw up a lot of deeply buried emotions and feelings and issues. So try to become aware of the things that you are noticing. Acknowledge the truths that are coming to the surface, and they may seem challenging to accept at first. They may take a little bit of time to really acknowledge and integrate, but ultimately as you do, you're going to find that your heart energy expands hugely, and that your inner light's power will radiate immediately as you make these shifts, because I can sense that the inner light's power is very powerful in people who've chosen this card, but there's just some things that are holding it back just a little bit, and illumination and acknowledgement is a fantastic way to shift that. So I invite you to do that now. Wonderful. And as I always say, if you resonate with the message that you get, if it makes sense, if you have an aha moment, please let us know, because we love to hear about it. So card 2, if you chose card number 2, let's find out what's for you today and what is blocking your inner light's power. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so if you chose card number 2, what I'm getting from this card is that you have the ability for great inner power. There is definitely a very compassionate, gentle yet powerful energy that radiates from you in your inner light. But the challenge that you have is that your energy is not grounded enough. So this might mean that you get a little bit spacey, you get a bit confused, maybe you find that you're disorganized. There's a lack of alignment and structure where you would usually find it would be. You might also find that your emotions and feelings tend to kind of spiral, and you find it quite difficult to balance those emotions and feelings and bring them back down, to ground them when they happen, or to recover afterwards. So what we're really getting with this card is that your inner light's power is there. There's no need to look for it, to try and cultivate it, to try and strengthen it. It's already there. The only thing that's in the way is that your energies are just a bit too ungrounded in order to really allow it to flow forth. So there's a little bit of it's like the energy feels a little bit unsteady when it's ungrounded. So you just need to do a little bit of work to be present in the moment, to ground your energies, and we've got tons of videos on that. If you have a look through, you'll find plenty of guidance and information on grounding that's different from the usual information. So I would advise you to take a little look through our videos and access that. But certainly the more that you can get grounded, the more that your inner light's power is going to step forward. And the other thing that's coming through is a sense that you will have a real energy of influence, positive influence through your inner light's power. And it's almost like such light and positivity is going to be moving through you and radiating from you when you get grounded, that it will influence everything and everyone around you. You know, you really are the sort of energy that is uplifting the environment and space that you're in. So you're really quite a powerful light worker, and you want to get grounded because it would be a shame not to really step into the authenticity of who you are as a soul. So I invite you to do that now. And as I say, you can find our videos, they'll tell you all how to do it. We've got tons of articles on our website. You can take a look at that too. Okay, card number 3. Now, if you chose card number 3, let's find out what's blocking your inner light's power right now. Let's see. Always interesting to see what's getting in the way, because we can always shift it. It's just energy, and it can be shifted and changed. Okay. So the energy that's coming up with this card is that the thing that's getting in the way is procrastination. Okay, there's a little bit of, you have such potential. The energy that's coming through for this card is you have such potential, such strong, grounded inner power, real brilliance of inner light. But the thing that holds you back is that you tend to get a little bit distracted, and you're maybe not as focused as you could be on your spiritual journey. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not doing lots of good things that are benefiting your spiritual progression, but what it says here is that you really need to make a decision that says, I want to grow spiritually, I want to ignite my inner power and my inner light, and I'm going to take actionable steps to move towards that. It's the energy that's coming up is, it's just, you're in alignment, but it's just a little bit too relaxed. You just need to be a little bit more focused to get you to that point on the horizon. And the thing that I sense is, it's a challenge because your energy is very intuitive, and when you're intuitive, and we all know this from experience, it can tend to make you be a little bit daydreamy. It can make you kind of, you're maybe not as focused as you should be in the 3D world, because you're so busy absorbing and integrating information energetically on lots of other levels. So your system's quite busy a lot of the time. So I think I would invite some rest, I would invite some relaxation, and then I would invite deciding to make a commitment to your spiritual growth, and maybe bringing in some practices or rituals that you can do daily or weekly to keep you in that energy that says, I'm going to raise my frequency and I'm going to keep it there by using regular practices to get you there. It might be a meditation, it might be journaling, it might be mindfulness. Everyone's got their own way to reach that. But yeah, I sense that there's a lot of intuitive power is going to come through when you actually get a bit more focused on what it is you really want from your spiritual journey, and what is that end point for you. What does it really mean, and what does it entail, and what can you do to start moving towards that? So much intuitive energy around this card, which definitely makes it challenging to focus on the 3D world sometimes, but you can do it. I know you can do it. And when you do, this card tells me that your inner light's power is really going to be very powerful and effective, not only in your own life, but to radiate it out and assist in the lives of others too. Okay, fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed the card reading today. If you resonated with any of the messages, please let us know, because I love to hear about them. And also, if you're interested in learning how to awaken your inner light's power, to really deepen your consciousness and your spiritual evolution, then you can check out our brand new masterclass. It's free. It tells you everything that you could possibly need to know, the things you need to avoid, and the steps that you want to be taking to activating and awakening that inner light's power now. And you can be doing this very quickly. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Check that out below if you're interested, and have a fantastic day.